From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
This is Abdul.
Abdul?
You don't know me.
So?
I have the little business.
Well, I'm so happy for you. Hope it's doing well.
Not bad.
Okay,
You
what...
don't know me, but you're looking for me.
Now, look, Joe, Abdul...
It is a business to get jobs for people, for servants.
Oh, the employment agent.
Ah.
Have you got the address of that girl who worked for the Countess d'Attolia?
Oh, sure. You're very lucky. She's very pretty.
You've got the wrong idea, Abdul. I just want to talk to her.
Sure.
Where does she live?
For $20, I will remember.
I'll give you 10.
No, she's worth more.
Look, knock it off. I gotta find her and talk to her fast while I'm still alive. And while she is.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Algiers, North Africa, to the Home Office Transworld Fidelity Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Lorco Diamonds matter. $100,000 worth missing. Expense account continued. Item 9, $15 even. Gratuity, tip, gift, bonus. Why kid about it? It was a bribe. To a man named Abdul for the address of a girl named Chada. An address up in the native quarter, the Casbah. But the idea wasn't romance, no matter what Abdul thought. 4 hours earlier, in the Countess d'Attolia's apartment, somebody had turned on the gas and tried to kill one or both of us. It was 9-1 that the somebody was Chada the servant. I wanted to ask her why. I'd put my coat on and was just on the point of leaving my hotel. I slipped a gun into my side pocket and moved over to the door. Yeah, who is it?
Charlie Barrett. The guy you beat the daylights out of a couple hours ago, you know what I mean? No hard feelings, Dal. I just want to talk it over.
All right, Barrett. What's on your mind?
You object if I come inside? It's kind of personal, you know what I mean?
Probably. All right, come on in.
Much obliged. Hey, I didn't know who you were, but when we got in that little fracas, that there cop told me about it afterward. Man, you really got a wallop on you. You make a fella know he's had it, you know what I mean?
Is that why you're here, a postmortem on the fight?
No. That's done and over. You whipped me, fair and square, as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, Barrett, if you've got anything to say, let's have it fast. I'm in a hurry to get out of here.
Oh, well, I sure don't want to take up no more of your time than necessary. I know how it is. Of course, I'm on vacation now, but back in Chicago, I'm in the meat business.
Look, Barrett, would you please...
At least in a way I am. I'm in byproducts, actually. You know what they say? Use everything but the squeal. Well, I'm the fella that cans a squeal, you get it?
Oh, brother.
What I come here for was maybe to get it straightened out about that dame.
Do you mean the Countess d'Attolia?
Countess. Them titles are a dime a dozen. I can buy 'em, sell 'em like sausages.
Well, what about her?
Now, look, neighbor, I was figuring to come here and put it to you man to man. You know what I mean?
I know what I'm beginning to think you mean.
I figure when you seen my position, you'd want to do the square thing. Like anybody on the right side of the fence would. You with me, neighbor?
You better drop that neighbor business. I've moved.
Well, Dollar, the thing stacks up like this. Now, I already had my claim staked there before you even got in town. I got a lot of money invested in that dame.
Barrett, so help me.
I've been taking her around places, you know, feeding her, buying her, one thing and another. Why, I was even going to kick through for a 20-grand chunk of ice for her. Well, she and I had that fight last week.
You what?
That dame's got highfalutin ideas.
What fight? What are you talking about?
Well, I just put it to her, cold turkey. I told her she had to quit Jenny flipping around with all those other fellas. Or I just wasn't going to have nothing more to do with her. Well, that made her mad, you understand? She lit into me. Man, you ought to hear that dame talk when she's mad. You'd think
hey,
that
look,
she...
when was this fight? Was it before the diamonds were sent here?
Why, sure. Sure, I said if that's the way she was going to act, she could forget about them diamonds. Well, I ain't seen her since or talked to her, but I just can't seem to get her off my mind. Now, look, Dolly, you was in her apartment there for 2 hours and 40 minutes tonight, and I don't like it. It bothers me.
Strictly business, Barrett. And I gotta get going.
Now, wait a minute, Dollar. Just wait a minute. We still got something to settle here. Like I told you, I got money.
Barrett, get out.
You better hold your horses. I don't know if you know the name C.K. Barrett, if that means anything to you. But I got influence back there in them United States.
So it's the hard way, huh?
Look, you just work for that company of yours. You're nothing but an employee. And if you think you can talk to me like you can to some of these foreigners, then here, now.
Still a sucker for a left. Hello, room service. This is Johnny Dollar. Some drunk just wandered in here and passed out. Would you send up a couple of boys to drag it out in the hall? Expense account item 10, $5.30. A tip to the bellboys and taxi fare to the Casbah. The taxi dropped me off at the end of the causeway, and from there on I walked. It was late, well after midnight, but the narrow, crooked alleys were teeming with life. Some of it out in the open, some of it under cover. Small groups of people met together here and there along the cobbled streets. Men of 24 tongues and dialects. And women, too, slipped silently in and out of the dark doorways, or crouched over tables in the dim-lit cafes and coffee houses. Groups usually fell silent when I passed and stared with hostile curiosity. The Casbah, backwash of North Africa. Little known, seldom bothered, and scarcely policed. And for an outsider, especially at night, more dangerous than dynamite. The address Abdul had given me turned out to be a coffee house, but it could still be legitimate. And there was only one way to find out.
What do you want?
I want to see Chata.
What for?
Private reasons.
Chata's not here.
Where can I find her?
Take a seat. Table in the corner. Maybe she come.
I took the seat, ordered coffee, and waited. A wrinkled old Arab squatted on a rug in the middle of the room and played strange, weird melodies. Gradually, the other patrons went back to their conversations, ignoring me completely. In fact, pointedly. 20 minutes passed. The girl didn't show.
You will, of course, not object, monsieur, if I take the liberty of joining you?
No, sit down.
Merci. So, you wish to see Chat?
Yeah, that's right. Do you know her?
Oui, I know her very well.
Know where to find her?
But naturally, monsieur, I always know where to find her. She's my woman.
Oh, so you're the man they call Bobo.
Oui, monsieur.
The man who poisoned the diamond courier.
Oh, monsieur, it is true that I gave him some wine. A little, not much. But I think perhaps it was a bad vintage. Yes, most unfortunate.
It was for him.
Well, perhaps it was for the best. Life is so uncertain. But I do not wish to think of such unpleasantness. Instead, let us talk about diamonds.
Let's talk about killing, or attempted killing. Is Chata the one who turned on the gas in the Countess's apartment?
Well, it is possible that she did that.
On whose orders?
It was nothing personal, monsieur. I didn't even know that you were going to be there.
I see. Then you really meant to...
Diamonds, monsieur. That's enough of this foolish talk of killing.
All right. All right, what about the diamonds?
You were sent here by the company that has insured them. Is that not correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And this company would like very much to recover these diamonds?
That's why I'm here.
C'est bien. Now, I'm told that these companies sometimes give large rewards. Agree to an arrangement of a sort?
Make a deal, you mean? With no questions asked.
Yes, exactly. Now, is this thing true, monsieur? Is it possible that you would...
Do you have the diamonds, Bobo?
Well, let us say that I'm able to direct you to their location.
You could almost call that a confession.
What does it matter, so long as we are in the Casbah?
Oh, yeah, sure. I imagine you have been spotted all over the place.
At least 30, right in this room. I am in no danger here, monsieur.
Tell me something. You didn't pull off this job by yourself. Who else was in on it?
I only wish to talk about the diamonds. Well, can we come to an arrangement?
Bobo, I don't make deals with murderers.
It is better that you do not use such words, monsieur.
It's true, though, isn't it?
That is not the question. It is only that I resent the insulting way
Bobo!
in which you...
Bobo, calm down.
Why you coming here?
Bobo!
Wait. Did you arrange for the police to come here, monsieur?
I'm as surprised as you are, Bobo.
Consider this matter of the deal. We will talk more at some other time, eh? Allez, go on.
The patrons rushed for the doors, and in 1 minute flat, the coffee house was empty. Even the owner was gone. I was the only one left. 3 minutes later, the inspector, with a flying squad of 20 men, came bursting in from the street.
Well, Monsieur Dollar, I'm happy to find you are still alive.
Why don't you get lost somewhere?
For you, I think it most fortunate that we arrive in time.
Oh, sure, in time to foul up the only lead I had in this case.
To lose a suspect is better than to lose one's life, monsieur.
Look, Inspector, I was holding a gun in my pocket, covering Bobo from the second he sat down at the table.
But, monsieur,
So 30 men or not, if it had come to a showdown, he couldn't have done a thing. Because he'd have been the first one to get it, and he's smart enough to have known that.
But I thought
Let's
that...
face it, Inspector, you've done it again. You goofed.
But I was only thinking perhaps... Mon Dieu, what is to happen next?
The shooting was somewhere outside, but it hadn't been the police. All of the inspector's men were inside the coffee house. He gave them orders quickly, and they fanned out to search the area. The streets were empty now, dark and silent, not a soul in sight. We split up into pairs. I worked with Inspector Marcus for a while, then left him and searched alone along a narrow side passage. And that's where I found him. He'd been shot 3 times in the back, and he was dying.
Monsieur Dollar,
Yeah, Bobo.
you can't forget that deal, I think.
Yeah. It's a little too late for deals now. Who was in on it with you, Bobo? Look, you've got nothing to lose by talking. You know that, don't you?
Accept my honor, monsieur, as a citizen of the gospel.
Who shot you?
A dragon, monsieur. 12 feet tall, with fiery eyes.
All right, Bobo, all right. But just tell me this, just one thing. Are you the man who attacked the property agent at the airport, the man who slugged Andre Jourdain?
Oui, monsieur. I do it very good. No, almost I kill him. It's too bad.
A minute or two later, Inspector Marcus came up, and we stood there looking down at the dead man lying on the stones of the alley. He was a short man, stockily built, with wide shoulders and a deep chest. It was the body of a man of action, of accomplishment. But he'd chosen to be a smuggler, dope peddler, thief, and killer. And now he had become the victim of another killer.
Did he say anything, monsieur? Was he able to talk?
Yeah, enough.
Eh? What is it you mean, monsieur? Do you know who is guilty of this?
Yeah, that's right, Inspector. I know the whole story now. The whole filthy, rotten story.
There'll be the final intriguing episode in our story of the Lorco Diamonds matter tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, the odds are set. The last chip is down. It's the last spin of the wheel. And death is the croupier. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Les Crutchfield, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking. From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Pete Codley, Johnny. Guaranteed transport.
Oh, hiya, Pete.
Seen the papers?
No, I just got up. Why? What's happened?
Air crash, for one thing.
Air crash? Where?
Mexico. Flight 6, Aztec Caribbean line, Mexico City to Havana. Crashed in the mountains 10 minutes after takeoff. 7 passengers and a crew of 3.
Survivors?
The way it sounds, none.
Oh, tough. How do you come into it, Pete?
We underwrite a company that handles flight insurance down there. 3 of the passengers bought policies at the airport. We're stuck for $75,000. This is a nice time of the year in Mexico, Johnny.
What do you want me to do? Find out why it crashed?
No, I know why it crashed. Somebody meant for it to.
What do you mean?
That plane blew up in midair. I'll get you a reservation.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Home Office Guaranteed Transport Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Flight 6 matter. Item 1, $173.20, airline fare and incidentals, Hartford, Connecticut to Mexico City. I checked my baggage through customs and started making inquiries, and more inquiries, and then some more. And after the 14th Quien Sabe, maybe is better you ask Kim, I found the office I was looking for. Or at least I thought I'd found it. The flowery Spanish title on the door translated roughly into Inspector General of the Department of Civil Air Transport. But when I opened the door, I wasn't so sure.
Come in, Jack. Make yourself to home.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking for
You found him. That's me. Don't let the big words on the door fool you. I'm all there is. There ain't no more. So come in. Shut the door.
All right, thanks.
Is your name Dollar?
That's right, Johnny Dollar.
Macklin here. Macklin. One-time mongrel from the south side of Chicago. I got a wire from your office. Said you'd be in on Pan Am Flight 12. Pull up a chair and squat, will you?
All right.
Or what were you expecting? Spanish grandee with a white silk shirt, a black silk tie, and a second cousin on the cabinet?
Well, maybe. At least I wasn't figuring on a Southside Mick with a 17th century desk and a cotton sweatshirt.
Well, now, here's what little dope we've got on the crash. Most of it you probably know already.
I left on 20-minute notice. All I've seen is one newspaper item. I can use a lot more.
Well, you won't get much more out of that report. We got a crew over at the wreckage around 2 hours ago.
Survivors?
No, he didn't have a chance. That crate is scattered over 10 acres of mountainside. Didn't catch fire, though, so we might turn up something or other. Well, I've got a good man in charge up there, Juno Romero. You'll meet him later. I'm sending another jeep up there in a few minutes, and you can go along if you want.
Thanks, I will. My company figures sabotage. Any chance they're wrong? Could it have been accidental? Equipment failure, personnel failure, something like that?
Well, if I thought so, I'd be up there at the wreck myself. That'd be my kind of job. But this one's different. You know, it's detective work, your kind of job. And Gino Romero's. Now, he talks as soft as a girl out of finishing school. Looks a little like one, in fact. But underneath it, he's as sharp as a tack and tougher than an old boot full of nails.
What actually happened when the plane went down? All I've heard is that it blew up in midair.
That's right. Well, a few Indians were the only ones who saw it. They were burning charcoal up on a slope at about 9,000 feet. They were watching the plane circle, gaining altitude. Then one big flash, the tail blew off. Pilot didn't have a chance. He rode it straight into the side of the mountain.
The tail? That sounds like the baggage compartment.
That's the way I figure it. An explosive of some kind, a time bomb smuggled on board before the takeoff. I'm covering that angle from this end. I'm rounding up every one of the baggage gang, the maintenance crew, anybody who had a chance to get near that plane before it left the field out there.
And what have you found out?
Well, so far, nothing. We're trying to check back, too, on the individual passengers, the plane crew, trying to find out who might benefit by having any one of them dead. Well, I guess that'll be your angle, too.
Yeah, at least as far as insurance is concerned.
Well, there were 3 flight policies issued, and the names are in the reports here.
Yeah, I know. I've got them. The Home Office gave them to me, along with the names of the beneficiaries.
I haven't talked to any of them yet. I figured that you know how to go about it better than I would.
Now, there's another possible insurance angle, and that's the cargo. Do you know if there was anything valuable on board?
Worth destroying for the insurance, you mean? No, it was done by somebody who deliberately set out to kill one of the 10 people on board that plane. and who didn't mind killing 9 others to get that one. It was premeditated, cold-blooded. Now, you get him, Johnny. Get him for me, and then just leave me alone with him for about... Come in.
One of you is Senor McLean, Inspector General de Departamento
Yes, that's me. What can I do for you, Jack?
They will not give to me any information, Senor McLean. Not the police, nor the airline office, nor
Who
anyone.
are you, and what information do you want?
I am Ramon de Lagos, Senor, and I am here...
De Lagos?
Wait a minute. That's the name of one of the...
Yes. Look, are you related to Maria de Lagos?
My wife. She was on the plane. Now tell me, please, what news do you have? Have you reached the scene of the crash?
Yes, we have. 2 hours ago.
And what did you... Is there any chance...
I'm sorry, there were no survivors.
No. Oh, no.
I'm sorry, Senor de Lagos.
It is too terrible.
I didn't know you were here in the city, or I'd have let you know right away. I sent word to your office in Havana.
I have been here for 6 weeks. Maria came for a visit only a few days ago. Now...
I know, it's a rough deal. I am sorry. Oh, this is Johnny Dollar from the States.
Senor.
How do you do, sir?
He's here to investigate the cause of this thing.
What is the use, Senor? It will not return life to the dead.
No, but I don't like to see a murderer get away with it.
A murderer? Then the rumors are true.
The plane was destroyed deliberately.
It is hard to believe that anyone would... Senor McLean, what arrangements are being made?
The bodies will be brought down to the Federal District Hospital, and I'll see that you're notified.
Gracias, Senor.
No, let's see. I believe your wife's brother, Don Serrano, is staying at the Hotel Regis.
Yes, he is, but I am at the Monte Casino. Don Serrano and I are not friendly.
I see. All right, Senor, then I'll contact you at the Monte Casino as soon as I have word.
You are very kind.
And again, I'm sorry.
Yes, that is all one can say. Adios, senores.
Know anything about him, Mac?
Well, only what his wife filled out on the flight form. He's Cuban, residence and business address Havana, in the export game. And you know, of course, that his wife was one of the 3 people who took out accident policies.
But naming her brother, Don Serrano, as beneficiary. I wonder why.
Well, that's one of the 6 dozen questions you can ask when you start prowling. Look, I hate to rush you, Johnny, but I ought to start that jeep up the mountain.
I'm ready anytime.
I'll let Gino know you're coming. And you check with me if you want anything. You'll have full cooperation from the federal police and the government. And to repeat just one thing, Johnny.
Yeah, I know. Whoever did it, get him.
Check.
The Jeep driver was a young Mexican boy who'd been brought up in the best and wildest chauffeuring traditions of the capital. He knew only one way to drive, with both accelerator and horn wide open. Since most of the other drivers were playing the same game, it was a sheer miracle that we ever got through the narrow streets of the city and finally reached the open valley. Maybe the colored postcard pasted on the dashboard, a picture of the Virgin of Guadalupe, had something to do with it. We finally left the last cart road and bumped along a narrow woodcutter's trail, cleared and widened enough now so that we could drive into the crash area and miss the 1.5-mile walk the first rescue party had been forced to take. For some reason, only a small part of the wreckage had caught fire and burned, and the rest was strewn piecemeal along a great raw gash through the trees and brush. Men in uniforms of the Mexican Army searched through the tragic debris, lifting, sorting, and collecting. And nearby, a silent group of Indians were watching, with the age-old sadness in their eyes.
You are Senor Dollar, no?
Yes.
Gino Romero, senor.
Oh, glad to know you, Gino.
It's a terrible thing, no?
Yeah. Any ideas yet?
Not of importance, but it's certain nowadays. It was caused by one explosion which has occurred in the baggage compartimento. Véngase. Come on. We have found many pieces which can be identified, can be known which part of the plane they are in before the crash.
I see.
Toward the front, these pieces are more large, but in the back, near the tail, they are very little. Here, you look. These are pieces of the baggage, muy pequeño, very tiny.
Oh, yeah. The crash itself wouldn't have done this. It had to be an explosion.
Seguro. Look, it's burnt a little, each one of these pieces, but these more big ones from the seats of the plane, they are not burned. Here, you smell this one.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Either dynamite or nitroglycerin.
Was dynamite. We have found little tiny pieces of red paper from the wrappings on the sticks. Was dynamite.
Any idea how much? How big a charge?
One of the soldados, Pascual, who have used much explosive, is think maybe 30 or 40 pounds.
Light enough to be put on board in a piece of luggage. It's going to be tough, Gino. Plenty tough to.
They're bringing out the bodies.
The Indians set up a low, wailing dirge. And one of them tapped softly on a native drum. A wordless terror before the ancient mystery, death. One by one, the bodies passed us, borne by the silent soldiers.
Madre de Dios, may they find peace.
Then, for the first time, I noticed the girl, standing alone some distance away, watching without expression as the stretchers passed her. She was young, blonde, and beautiful. Not conventionally so, but beautiful as a young animal is beautiful. And she looked very much out of place.
You are observing the señorita, no?
What's she doing up here?
¿Quién sabe? She's strange, that one. Always she's look for danger. She's what you say, the daredevil. But it's like she always have the charm. Death has never find her. So perhaps she has come here to look on his face.
Do you know who she is?
Pues sí. She's American. Her name is Marvel Terrence.
Marvel Terrence.
You have heard of her, senor?
I'd heard of her, all right. And I'd wondered what kind of a girl would have a first name like Marvel. And now I knew, partly at least. And I planned to find out a whole lot more. 3 of the people who died on that plane had taken out flight policies. Maria de Lagos was one of them. The other 2 were men, both of whom had named as beneficiary Marvel Terrence.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, a fighting girl and a lucky break. And then murder cancels the score. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Les Crutchfield, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Roy Rowan speaking. From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar?
Mike O'Dare, Johnny. Any sign of Kathy?
No, the boys at the highway turnoff haven't seen her or Benny, either one. Not a soul out that way in the last hour.
What about there at the sawmill?
Nothing, Mike. No fresh tracks on the logging road, no sign of her. And the worst thing is it's starting to snow again.
Yeah, here in town, too. Dan Martin just phoned. No luck. She hasn't shown up at any of the roadblocks. She's around somewhere, and we've got to find her.
We will, Mike.
And it's got to be fast, Johnny. There's a blizzard coming up, and that gunman Benny Stark is around, too. Maybe he's already found her. Maybe even took her from the house, her and Jill both. Maybe she didn't get scared and run. Maybe it was him. Maybe she
Mike, stop it. That kind of thinking's not going to help any.
Well, what is going to help?
I don't know, but I've got a half-baked idea, and I may be right. Stay there at the house. I'm coming back to pick you up. And one thing you can do while you're waiting.
What, Johnny?
Pray.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Branbury, Michigan, to the Home Office, Tri-Mutual Insurance Limited, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Nick Shern matter. Or more important, find Kathy O'Dare. Item 12 on expense account, $4.90, a tank full of gas for the county pickup I'd borrowed from Deputy Sheriff Dan Martin. The falling snow was thickening now, and the wind was rising and steadying in the northwest. The night had all the makings of a blizzard. And wherever Kathy and her daughter had gone, we had to find them before it hit. It was 10:14 p.m. when I pulled up at the side porch of the O'Dare house, and Kathy's father came hurrying out to the truck, leaving the door open behind him and buttoning his heavy mackinaw as he ran. Any news, Mike?
Not a thing.
All right, get in. Shut the door.
Yeah, we'll get a foot of snow before morning, with a zero wind behind it.
Now listen, Mike. I think we can forget any idea that Benny found her and got her out of the house. In that case, she wouldn't have taken your car. He's already got one.
I know. I thought of that.
And he wouldn't have given her time to dress herself and Jill the way she did, with heavy clothes and snow boots. And she wouldn't have taken the rifle.
Then what has happened?
She knew I'd be there to talk to her sometime this evening. I think she lost her nerve, couldn't face it, decided to run again.
Maybe so, but where, Johnny?
That's what I want you to tell me.
What?
No, I don't mean you knew what she was going to do and where she was going to go or
Then
help
how do you think I can tell you?
Look, Kathy knew about the roadblocks Dan Martin set up to trap Benny Stark, knew where they were. So if she didn't want to be seen, then naturally she'd avoid them.
She couldn't. Not if she wanted to get away, take the highway to Flint or Detroit. She'd have to pass one of them at least.
But she hasn't passed any of them, so she's still in this area. And I don't think she ever meant to leave it.
But then...
Dan Martin said Kathy used to spend a lot of time in the woods when she was growing up. He said she knew every back trail in these hills, logging camps, trappers' cabins.
She did. She used to worry the dickens out of me the way she...
Yeah. Now, where would she go, Mike, if she wanted to hide out back in the hills somewhere?
There's a lot of places. Chippewa Canyon's one. 3 or 4 timber camps abandoned in the winter. Some cabins along the... No, she couldn't make it. There's a roadblock before you get to the turnoff there.
It's got to be someplace she could reach without being seen.
Well, there's Barker's Flats. But that's 12 miles of a foot trail. She wouldn't try it in this weather, not with Jill along anyway. Then there's Lake Pine. No, it's over the other way. Pine Lake Road.
Where's that?
Runs northwest of town. Not much better than a wagon road. Dan didn't put a block on it because it dead ends at the lake about 5 miles out.
What's out there?
Nothing at the lake, but you can go on up Pine Creek about 4 miles on foot, and there's some cabins. Maybe a waste of time, Johnny.
Let's get going. Expense account, item 13, $6.90. 1 dry cell electric lantern, an extra pair of batteries picked up at the Branbury Hardware Company on the way through town. The falling snow, driven by a bitter cold wind, formed a dense curtain in front of our headlights. And from the turnoff all the way up the narrow, twisting road to Pine Lake, I had to keep the truck in second gear. There were car tracks in the road, all right, several of them. But they were covered now by the new blanket of snow. And it was impossible to tell whether they'd been made earlier tonight or a week ago.
The road ends a couple of yards past this next turn.
And we'll soon know.
There's 4 or 5 side turnoffs. Clearance where you can park. We'll have to check all of them, I guess.
All right.
That draw there on the right. That break there in the trees, that's where the Pine Creek Trail starts.
Well, we'll swing in it. Mike, I guess we won't have to check those turnoffs.
Huh?
Is that your car over there under the trees?
Yeah. That's it.
I left Mike waiting in the cab while I went over to look inside the car. It was empty, abandoned. And there was no note, no clue of any kind to tell where Kathy had gone. I raised the hood and felt the motor block, ice cold. The car had been here for some time. I flashed the lantern on the ground and followed the faint tracks made by 2 pairs of snow boots. They entered the deep draw that led back into the hills, the start of the Pine Creek Trail. I snapped off the lantern and stumbled through the snow back to the truck.
What'd you find, Johnny?
It's them, all right. They've headed up the trail. I found tracks in the snow.
Yeah, then we'd better get started.
No, wait. I'll go after them, Mike. You take the truck. Go into town, find Dan Martin. Bring help as fast as you can. That storm's getting worse.
No, you don't. I know the risk. Starting up that trail with a blizzard coming on. And if you think you're going to protect me by sending
Knock
me
it
on...
off, Mike. There's no time, and you're wrong. I'm not protecting you. I'm protecting myself.
What do you mean?
That bum leg of yours. I don't want you on my hands, too, along with the girls.
All right, Johnny. I'll go after Dan.
And hurry, Mike. I'm depending on you.
Yeah. Good luck, Johnny.
See you, Mike. I stood there in the snow watching the headlights of the truck move away. Finally, they swung around the bend and disappeared. And I suddenly felt more alone than I ever had in my life. I'd gotten rid of Mike deliberately, sent him away on purpose, because I hadn't told him everything. I could see no point in tearing his heart out. There was another car parked on beyond Kathy's, nearly hidden by the trees. Jed Horton's station wagon. The car that had been stolen by a killer named Benny Stark. It took me half an hour to cover the first mile, and the storm kept getting worse. The beam of the lantern penetrated a bare 30 feet ahead of me before it was smothered out in the white blackness of the night. After a few hundred yards, the tracks I was trying to follow had nearly disappeared, snowed over and blotted out. I gave up looking for them and stuck to old Mike's description of the trail, following the left bank of the frozen creek. The drifts were deeper down along the creek bottoms, and the going was rougher. But I didn't dare leave it to look for better footing. It was my only landmark. The trail itself was buried. And any man who lost his way tonight and wandered off into one of those side gullies would wander straight to his death. An hour passed. Then an hour and a half, or 2 hours maybe. I lost all track of time and distance. The wind cut through my clothes, and the numbing cold crept into me deeper and deeper. Gradually, the walking, stumbling, breathing, even thinking became automatic and without feeling. The world itself seemed to narrow down to a tiny circle close around me. And all beyond was chaos, blackness, and roaring storm. I tripped over fallen logs and floundered back to my feet, dropped my lantern and recovered it, broke through the crusted drifts and struggled for footing, and kept on moving. In the weird nightmare of the blizzard, I could hardly recognize reality when I came face to face with it. When the beam from my lantern touched him, crouching by a tree a few yards away. I could barely accept him as being real. He'd been watching my light as I approached, waiting for me. It was Benny Stark with his gun leveled and aimed. Don't be a fool, Benny. Drop that gun! A curtain of snow swept between us then, blotting out the sight of him, and I was grateful. I turned and stumbled on into the storm, moving in pitch darkness now, except for the ghostly glow from the snow-covered ground. The second shot had smashed my lantern. I had nothing left to go by but instinct and luck, and they weren't enough. Within 15 minutes, I was hopelessly lost. That's when I started hearing the music. Miles from no place where there couldn't be any music, except inside my head. The cold and fatigue were finally doing their work. I knew the signs. The next step was to start wandering in circles, smaller and smaller ones, and the last step, to drop exhausted and go peacefully to sleep. Peacefully and permanently. But the sound kept growing louder, and I moved in the direction it seemed to be coming from. It couldn't be just illusions. It had to be real. Hello! Hello there! Then suddenly, only a few yards away, a brilliant blaze of light exploded from the darkness. And it seemed that a golden-haired girl was standing in the middle of it. And for a moment, my sanity tottered.
Who's out there?
My golden vision was wearing blue jeans and a flannel shirt and was holding a rifle. She looked exactly like the photograph I'd seen of Kathy O'Dare. And the blaze of light came from an open cabin door.
Who is it? Speak up or I'll shoot.
Oh, thank heaven. Hold it, Miss Dare. It's Johnny Dollar.
Are you getting warm now?
I don't think I'll ever get warm again.
You will if you don't move away from the stove a little. The back of your shirt is starting to smoke.
Yeah, I thought I was beginning to feel something. How's the firewood?
There's plenty. And plenty of food.
And a radio. If I hadn't heard that music, I'd have blundered right on past this cabin.
Oh, we've got everything. We can hold out for a month if we have to. I hope we have to.
What about your daughter? Is she all right?
Sure. She's fine. It's a picnic for her. A camping trip. She's sound asleep back there in the lean-to. Dreaming about Santa Claus, I suppose. I wish I could. How did you find me, Mr. Dollar?
A hunch. Guesswork. I was born under a lucky star.
I wasn't.
Oh, I don't know. I think you've been pretty lucky, considering everything. More so than your landlady back in New York.
Mrs. Grappler? What do you mean?
Betty Stark went to see her. Tried to find out where you were. When she wouldn't tell him, he broke her arm.
Oh, no. Oh, the poor woman.
Oh, it's a rough game, Miss O'Dare, trying to play it cozy with a mobster like Nick Shern. You know, of course, that he sent Benny here to find you.
You'll have a hard time finding me in this place.
He did find you.
What?
Maybe he followed you from the house or saw you drive through town. Anyway, I ran into him back down the trail a ways.
I thought I heard shooting a while ago.
You did. He tried to ambush me. He thought he had the drop, and he wouldn't give up. I had to kill him.
There'll be another intriguing episode in our story of the Nick Shern matter tomorrow.
Tomorrow, the showdown. Victory, and then disaster. When a visitor to the little town of Branbury turns out to be death. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Les Crutchfield, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Roy Rowan speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
Mr. Dollar, this is Frederick Benham.
Benham?
That's right, a Tri-Mutual Insurance Company Limited.
Oh, I see.
There's a very important matter I'd like you to look into for us.
I thought you always used members of your own staff. I mean, as investigators.
Ordinarily, we do, Mr. Dollar. Ordinarily, any problem that might arise would be handled by one of our own men. In this case, however, unfortunately, not one of them is a fisherman.
Did you say fisherman?
That's right. I understand from those reports of yours that broadcast on the radio that you are a very good one.
Well, I like to think so, but do you mind telling me what connection that can possibly have with an insurance problem?
I'll be very glad to. Shall we say at 3:30 this afternoon here in my office?
Well, if it has anything whatever to do with fishing, Mr. Benham.
Oh, it has, Mr. Dollar. It has. 3:30 then?
Okay. I'll be there. The CBS
CBS Radio Network brings you Mendel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator, yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-Mutual Insurance Company Limited, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the low tide matter. Why kid about it? Tri-Mutual is not a company I'd ever pick to work for. Although I'm sure they serve their clients very well, they just happen to be a notoriously stingy outfit when it comes to handing out money for assigned services. But it's the old story. Mention that magical word fishing, and I'm gone. Expense account item 1. At exactly 3:15 p.m., $1.20 for a cab to Mr. Benham's office in the Tri-Mutual building. Being the methodical sort that he is, he kept me waiting at the reception desk until the exact time of our appointment.
Very well, Mr. Dollar. You may come in now.
I was beginning to think you'd forgotten I was waiting out here.
Date was for 3:30, I believe.
Well, then you're slipping, Mr. Benham.
Slipping?
Mm-hmm. According to my watch, it's nearly 3:31.
Then your watch must be wrong. But come in, please.
All right. Now, let's get one thing straight.
Yeah?
I'm freelance. That means you pay my expense account on whatever it is you want me to do.
I'm fully aware of that.
Also, I'll expect a fee.
I'm quite familiar with your scale of fees, Mr. Dollar.
Or, of course, a commission. A percentage of the actual amount of insurance involved.
Of the amount saved, Mr. Dollar.
All right, have it your way.
I usually do.
I'm sure you do. But whichever comes out largest, fee or commission, that's what I get. Okay?
Yes. But now sit down.
All right.
I wouldn't want you to start charging us for the time taken with these, shall we say, amenities.
What's it all about?
The Foster Machine Tool Company, or rather, Mr. Charles Foster himself, and his junior partner, Michael Brady.
They're both clients of yours?
Our concern is over a partnership policy we've written for them. That will pay the survivor some $500,000 if and when the other dies.
It's a lot of money. Which of them is on the sick list?
Neither. But I'm seriously worried about Charles Foster.
How come?
He came in here the other day to ask if the policy could be canceled.
I see.
And, of course, I had to tell him we couldn't do that without the permission of young Brady.
Mm-hmm. Why does he want to cancel?
He and Brady haven't been getting along. Business hasn't been good, and he suspects Brady, who is much younger and completely and selfishly ambitious, of being responsible.
Why, when Brady himself has a share in it?
To ruin Foster, force him to sell out his share of the business cheap.
Oh, it's been done before, I guess.
Of course it has. But then Brady walked in and said he wouldn't consider cancellation of the policy for a minute. So the only trouble with Foster was that he was overworked. But what he needed was some rest and relaxation.
Don't we all?
I beg your pardon.
No, nothing. Go on, Mr. Benham.
I've tried to reach them for several days now in the hope of talking it out with them. Well, of helping them reach some amicable solution to their problem.
They've refused to see you?
No, not exactly. They've gone away together.
Where?
On a fishing trip.
Look, don't knock it. It's the best way in the world I know of to get rid of troubles.
Best way in the world I know of for Brady to get rid of Charles Foster.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
And thereby collect $500,000 insurance.
Mr. Benham, aren't you jumping to conclusions just because a couple of men...
You wait a minute, Dollar. You don't know these two as well as I do.
I don't know them at all, but it does seem to me
Perhaps
that...
Foster is getting old. Perhaps Brady is right in wanting that business for himself. He'd certainly make a go of it.
Then what's the beef?
Well, the more I think of it, the more certain I am that Brady knows only too well that the one way to get that business without its costing him anything, and $500,000 besides, is by having Foster dead. For old Foster to go on a fishing trip. Ridiculous.
What's the matter with the fishing trip?
Nothing. For you, or me, or Brady. But for old Charles Foster, ridiculous.
Yes, you said that.
And when Brady wouldn't inform me or Foster's wife or anyone else where he was taking him, well, Dolly, you've just got to find them. Make sure that Foster gets back here safe.
Now, Mr. Benham...
Or if it's too late, that Brady has already done him in. That Brady is brought to justice.
Well, you sure can build a mountain out of a molehill.
And I tell you that if you knew those men as well as I do, Dollar, you've got to find them. And don't forget there's a possibility of a commission on $500,000.
Yes, but not much probability. I think you're going off half-cocked.
Would you rather not take on this potentially highly lucrative assignment?
Okay, as long as you're paying the bill, I'll go out and look for them.
Good. Now, what's your first move?
Well, you know something, Mr. Benham?
Yes?
I haven't the vaguest idea.
If you ever suffer a touch of arthritis or rheumatism and you've never tried Mentholatum Deep Heating Rub, you can't know how good its deep heating action can make you feel. As you massage it into painful areas, you feel its deep heating action. You know relief is on its way. Mentholatum Deep Heating Rub is an extra strong combination of active ingredients for safe, temporary relief of minor arthritic, rheumatic pain. Use greaseless, stainless Mentholatum Deep Heating Rub often.
My first move was to call on Mrs. Charles Foster, a sweet, lovely little lady in her 60s. She was worried sick over the way her husband had suddenly taken off for parts unknown with young Michael Brady. She didn't trust Brady. She was afraid of him, of what he might do to get his hands on the business. By the time she got through talking, I began to wonder if maybe Fred Benham's fears weren't justified after all. Then I called on Mrs. Mike Brady. This was something else again. Kathy Brady was a living doll, and not one bit worried about the way her husband had taken off. Why should she be? This girl had everything. I mean, besides looks and charm and all that goes with. He'd set her up in a home that must have cost a couple of $100,000 with a couple of expensive cars, clothing, jewelry, the whole bit. Whether business was bad or not, they were living high on the hog, no doubt of it.
And while Mike's away, Johnny, I'm having a ball. A flock of big parties that are really the most...
I don't doubt it, Mrs. Brady, but
oh,
now what
please, Johnny, call me Kathy,
Okay. Now, Kathy...
And if you're on the loose, I mean, if you'd like to be included in on some of these brawls...
I'm afraid that I have a job to do. I have to find your husband. And I would certainly appreciate your giving me any ideas of where I could start.
Oh, now look, honey, don't worry about Mike. He'll be back. He always comes back. He kind of likes me.
You said always?
Well, you don't think this is the first time he's just up and gone fishing or something?
Well, where does he go?
Oh, I don't know. Somewhere as far away from business as he can get. When we lived on the West Coast, he'd go up to Lake Mead or Mojave. Sometimes he even came east to Maine, New Hampshire. So, now, who knows?
Tell me one thing, Kathy.
Anything, Johnny.
Did he usually take somebody along with him on his trips?
Oh, now I get it.
What?
It's that old Mr. Foster, his partner, that you're worried about. Now, surely you don't think a thing like that could ever happen again.
A thing like what, Kathy?
I mean like that partner he had a few years ago when they went on a hunting trip to Canada and some fool with a big rifle almost killed Michael, too.
The man who was then his partner was killed?
Oh, poor Michael. He was so upset about it, he sold out the business. And you know, it still upsets him if I even so much as mention it to him or anybody else. But now about these parties I'm throwing while he's away. Johnny?
Kathy, you're sure you don't know where they might have gone?
I haven't the least idea, Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
But now listen, if you're free and like a lot of fun...
I'm sorry, but I really have to go now.
Oh? Where to, Johnny?
A long, long way from me. Sure, Mike Brady could use $500,000. Living it up the way they obviously did. And what a plum that machine tool business would be if, that is, he didn't have to share it with an old man. And what about his former partner? Hunting accident? Oh, bet. But where to start? I took a cab back to my apartment. That's item 3, $1.50. Poured myself a drink, pulled a steak out of the refrigerator, and then... something Kathy Brady had said clicked in my head. I fairly ran to the telephone and put in a long-distance call to my old pal, Ham Pratt.
Johnny, good to talk to you. Coming out to Lake Mojave for a little fishing?
I don't know, Ham. Depends on your answer to a question.
Fire away, Johnny.
Well, it's a real shot in the dark. Have you seen or heard anything of a guy named Charles Foster?
Charles Foster?
Yeah, Foster. You know anything?
Boy, Johnny, your shots in the dark are getting better and luckier all the time.
What do you mean?
Well, the police from over in Kingman and the sheriff and the coroner seem to think that a guy named Charles Foster has been in some kind of accident or something. But, Johnny, if you ask me...
Just hold everything, Ham. I'll ask you in person. I'm on my way. Item 4, $6 for a record-breaking taxi ride to Bradley Field. Item 5, $170.40 for a night flight to Los Angeles. Item 6, $21.10 for a plane to Las Vegas. There I got hold of a rental car. The deposit of $50 on it is item 7. Shortly after noon the next day, I was at my favorite fishing spot, Lake Mojave Resort, just above Davis Dam in the Colorado River. But I had other things in mind as I sat in the little office down by the dock and talked with Ham Pratt, the manager of the place.
And the authorities have asked Mr. Brady, that was his partner, you know, have asked that Brady stay around a few days just in case.
Now, let me get the whole thing straight, Ham.
Go right ahead, Johnny.
All right, now, Monday, that's 3 days ago, Brady and Foster hadn't been getting along too well, so each of them went fishing alone.
Right. Mr. Foster went up toward the Big Basin. That's about 10, 12 miles up the lake.
And Brady said he fished down below, near the dam.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And nobody has any reason to believe otherwise.
Nobody except you.
Because of the way young Brady had been behaving, Johnny. You see, with all the people I meet running a place like this, well, I like to think I know a little something about human nature.
That's the understatement of the week.
Well, thank you.
Then the wind came up.
Yeah.
All the rest of the fishermen came back in, including Mike Brady.
All but old Mr. Foster. As soon as we dared, after the big blow let up a bit, we sent the launch out looking for him. But all we found was his boat.
Where?
Beached on the side of the big island.
Mm.
You know, the one about 7, 8 miles up over on the west, the Nevada side.
Mm.
Could have come from almost anywhere in that much wind, though, Johnny.
And there's been no sign of Foster's body?
No, sir.
All right.
Excuse me, Johnny. It sounds like that's for me.
Sure.
Yes. Oh, hello, Sheriff. Oh. Yes, I see. Okay, sir. Thank you. Well, Johnny.
Yeah?
Sheriff says I can tell Mr. Brady it's okay, that he can pack up and leave if he wants to.
Don't.
Oh? Why not?
Just don't tell him, Ham. Not yet.
You have an idea, Johnny?
Let me make a phone call. Then, if it works out the way I hope it will... You got a boat with a good outboard on it that I can borrow?
Well, sure. You can take my own with a 40 horse on it. That'll be fast enough for whatever it is you're up to.
That'll be fine. But first, let me have that phone. My call was to the Weather Bureau in Vegas, and they were able to tell me the exact direction of the big wind of 3 days before. Then, alone, I took off in Ham's outboard and drove some 8 or 9 miles up the eastern, the Arizona side of the lake. There, for the next few hours, I carefully explored every wash and cove that was a few degrees north of northeast of the big island on the opposite side, the one Ham had mentioned. Luck was with me. The lake was smooth as glass, the water clean. There were a few other boats around in some of the coves, fishermen. I hope I didn't disturb them too much with my prowling. I noticed that one boat kind of followed me as though the man in it hoped I might lead him to a hot fishing spot. He didn't follow me into the cove they call the rock pile, where a lot of huge boulders have fallen from the cliffs above into the deep, clear water. And there I found it. The body of a man, wedged down between 2 rocks some 15 feet below the surface. 1 foot apparently was tangled in an anchor line. I quickly stripped down to my shorts, dove on over the side. Two hours later, well after dark, I quietly took the body, what was left of it, back to the resort. The body of Charles Foster.
Who did it? How did they do it? What in the world did they do? Who put the men in menthol smoking?
Alpine, that's who. Alpine, that's who.
Nice.
Now, the menthol cigarette has tobacco flavor a man can get hold of. Alpine always tastes rich, never smokes rough. Alpine filter cigarettes.
Nice.
And you don't think we ought to notify the sheriff's office?
Not yet, Ham, because we haven't any proof that he was thrown overboard with that anchor tied to his leg. Even the bruises on what's left of him don't really prove anything.
Pretty diabolical, Johnny. If you hadn't been carefully looking for him in those coves, I mean at that depth and with usually a ripple on the water.
I know. That dead calm was the only thing that made it possible. That and a little luck.
And if the body had stayed there a while, nobody ever would have found him. But now look, Johnny, if what you told me is true, if all that insurance was set up to go to Brady and the business, well, now listen, you better nail him fast.
Proof, Ham. Don't you see, without proof that Brady did it, and with everybody believing his alibi about being down at this end of the lake near the dam, if only there was some way to make him show his hand, something we could do that...
Yeah, well?
Ham, I got an idea.
Believe me, Johnny, better be a good one.
Now, don't tell me how you cooked this yourself, Mr. Pratt.
Hardly. I just had it sent over from the cafe. Nothing wrong with it, I hope.
Well, can't you tell by the way I'm making a pig of myself? It's fine.
More coffee, Mr. Brady?
Yes, thank you. But, you've aroused my curiosity.
Oh? About what?
Just why you asked me here to have breakfast with you.
Well, with all you've been through these past few days, it seemed like the least I could do.
I appreciate it. Oh, a cigarette?
Oh, no, thanks. You go right ahead, though.
Thank you.
Matter of fact, the reason for all this food is I was half expecting somebody else to join us.
Oh? Who?
Old friend of mine who pulled in here yesterday afternoon. His name is, oh, now, maybe that's him now. Come in. I thought you was going to have breakfast with us, too.
Damn, I forgot all about it. Sorry.
Well, sit down and have a cup of coffee with us anyhow.
Why not?
Meet Mr. Mike Brady, one of our new customers here.
Hi.
Mr. Brady, this is Mr. Johnny Harris.
Oh? Harris?
That's right. Why do you say it that way, Mr. Brady?
Oh, I just, thought there was something familiar about your voice, Mr. Harris.
I don't believe we've ever met before.
No. I guess we haven't.
Coffee, Johnny?
Sure.
Well, Johnny, you plan to bring in a string of lunkers today?
You're going to try.
See, Mr. Dollar is one of our most avid fishermen, Mr. Brady.
Mr. Pratt, wait a minute. Just then you called him...
Yeah, Ham. I thought I'd take a crack at the rock pile this morning.
The rock pile, did you say?
Yeah, that's right, Mr. Brady. It's a big cove about 8 miles up the lake on this side. Lots of rocks fell off a cliff and made a kind of rock pile under the water. Haven't you tried that spot yet?
Why, you know that all my fishing has been down at this end of the lake, Mr. Pratt.
Oh, yes. I guess you did tell me that, didn't you?
It happens to be a fact.
I'm sure it is.
But now, look here. Didn't you introduce this, gentleman as Mr. Harris, Johnny Harris?
Oh, well, sure.
And yet a moment ago, you...
Yeah, as I told you, Mr. Brady, Johnny is one of our best visiting fishermen.
Mr. Pratt.
But, Johnny, there's no point in your trying the rock pile today.
Why not, Ham?
Well, I just got word from the boys at the dam they're going to let out a lot of water. Some emergency or other down at one of the lakes below us here.
Let out some of the water?
Yes, sir. It'll be low tide today. I'm sorry, Johnny.
Oh, so am I. Well...
how much do they drop the water in this lake, Mr. Pratt?
The way I understand it, may go down as much as 20 feet.
20 feet?
What's the matter, Mr. Brady?
Why, nothing. Nothing at all. But now, excuse me, gentlemen, there are some things I have to do.
Oh, now, Mr. Brady, I thought you was going fishing, too, this morning.
Yes, I am. Thanks very much for the breakfast.
Wait a minute, Brady. Why don't you go out with me?
I'd rather go alone, thank you.
Oh, we could at least try the rock pile until the water gets too low up there.
No, excuse me, I'll see you later on.
What's the hurry?
I tell you I want to go fishing.
Oh, no, you don't.
I beg your pardon?
You want to be sure of getting up to that rock pile before I do.
What are you talking about?
So that you can move the body of your partner, the man you murdered, out of that cove before somebody else sees it.
What are you talking?
Get it out of there and hide it somewhere else.
You're crazy.
Because you know it'll be a dead giveaway.
No.
You know the bruises on it will show how you murdered him, how you tied the anchor line around his leg to make him sick, to get your hands on the insurance, $500,000 worth. Get your hands on the business that he's left behind. Can you deny that, Brady?
No.
No, I can't. Any more than you can deny who you really are. Mr. Johnny Dollar.
That's right.
Insurance investigator.
Right again.
It's too bad. It's too bad for you. Too bad that you caught up with me. Do you see this?
Now, put away that gun, Mr. Brady.
You see, you give me no choice now, Dollar. And I'm sorry, Mr. Pratt, but the same goes for you.
Don't be ridiculous, Brady.
Ridiculous or smart?
Surely you don't think you can get off a shot with that thing before I can draw my own gun.
Dollar?
For instance, like this.
Oh, no.
Ooh, Johnny, that took a lot of nerve.
Nerve? Ham, I was scared to death.
What?
I guess I'd never qualify for a part on Gunsmoke. Needless to say, Ham's talk about dropping the level of Lake Mojave by a full 20 feet was all a bluff, but it worked. Expense account total, including the trip on back to Hartford. Well, Mr. Benham, I think I'll just forget that. In view of my nice fat commission on that $500,000 policy. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, somebody takes a crack at the perfect crime, and with pretty exciting results. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., musical supervision by Ethel Huber. The role of Johnny Dollar was played by Mandel Kramer. Also heard in our cast were Santos Ortega as Frederick Benham, Terry Keane as Kathy, Bernard Grant as Brady, Bob Dryden as Ham Pratt. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Art Hanna speaking.
Hi, this is Arthur Godfrey, and I'll be back on Monday with tales like this one. They sparkle, they bubble, they're gonna get you in a whole lot of trouble. You're overworking them. There's danger lurking in their eyes. Let me hear you go, Richard. On Monday's Arthur Godfrey time with Richard Hayes, Dick Hyman and the orchestra, and yours truly, John Philip Sousa.
That's right, Arthur Godfrey, every weekday on these stations of the CBS Radio Network.
Johnny Dollar.
I don't think you're going to like this, Johnny.
No?
No, sir.
Oh, it can't be that bad.
Can't, huh?
What you don't know won't hurt you, they always say.
Oh, they do?
And since I don't know what you're talking about or even who you are...
Huh? Oh, sorry. I kind of got ahead of myself.
A little ahead of me, too.
This is Tim Harrington, Johnny.
Down in Knoxville, Tennessee?
Yes, sir. Eternity Mutual Insurance Company.
Well, how are you, Tim? What's this I'm supposed to start losing sleep over?
Alpheus Brannigan.
Brannigan?
Now, don't tell me you've forgotten him.
Oh, wait a minute.
At least I hope you haven't.
That hot-headed young kid who got 5 to 7 for embezzlement a while back.
That's right. About 3 years ago. You yourself ran him down for us.
Sure, I remember now.
On a tip you got from that pretty young wife of his.
Yes, Marilyn was her name. Nice girl and pretty, too.
And do you remember what Alpha had to say when the judge tossed that sentence at him?
Oh, the usual yak about getting even, wasn't it? That sort of thing?
Getting even not only with you, Johnny, but with her. And that poor kid has been worried about the day he'd get out ever since the day he went in.
Well, he still has a couple of years to go, hasn't he? So what's the big rush?
He has not.
What?
Alpha Brannigan got out of the pen a couple weeks ago.
No kidding. Made a break?
A smart kid like that? No, sir. He just made like an angel for a while, and they gave him all that time off for so-called good behavior. You ask me, Johnny, they were suckers. Because if you really remember that boy...
Yeah, I see what you mean.
And his wife is a client of ours.
You mean he's already got to her?
I don't know.
Well, somebody better contact her and find out.
That's why I'm calling you, Johnny.
What do you mean? Haven't you been in touch with her?
No, we can't find her. But if he does get to her before you do,
Say no more, Timmy. I'm on my way.
The CBS CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator,
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Eternity Mutual Insurance Company, Knoxville, Tennessee office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the wrong idea matter. Expense account item 1. $6 for a cab to the airport and $58.36 for a plane ticket. 4.5 hours later, we set down at McGee Tyson Airport, some 12 miles southeast of Knoxville. So, item 2 is $1.35 for limousine service that dropped me off at Tim Harrington's front door.
Hi, Johnny. Glad you could make it.
Hi, Tim.
Sit down. Sit down. I'll get right to this.
All right, now, Tim, let's get one thing straight.
I know, Johnny. Marilyn Brannigan's policy has a face value of only $7,500. And on account of what happened with her husband, she's named her brother Charlie over in Memphis beneficiary.
Well, that isn't what I was about.
But a client's a client, and we got to protect her if we aren't too late.
Too late for what?
For what? Johnny.
Now, listen, Tim. When you've heard as many of those wild courtroom threats as I have, well, after a while, you just don't pay too much attention to them anymore.
Well, I do. I was right there in that courtroom.
So was I.
I not only heard what Alfred Brannigan said, but I saw the way that he said it.
He was just a hot-headed kid. You know that, Tim.
I can see it in my mind's eye right now. After the judge hit him with that sentence, he turned around real slow and with a look on his face like I've never seen before. It was cold as ice, Johnny. Like a snake. Not a body in the courtroom made a sound.
Tim.
He looked across at that brand new little wife of his, Marilyn. She was sitting there in the front row with her head down. He just stared at her until she looked up at him.
I know, Tim.
And then without moving a muscle except in his mouth, he said...
Now, look, Tim.
He said, just remember one thing, Marilyn. One of these days I'm going to get out again. And when I do, he said, you'll see.
Well, okay, but...
Then he turned over to where you sat. And that goes for you too, Dollar. For you too, he said.
Just a red-headed, hot-headed, excitable kid.
Not when he said that, he wasn't. He was cold as ice, Johnny. He wasn't kidding.
All right, Tim, so what? The first time she paid him a visit there at the pen, he told her he was sorry.
No, sir.
He tried to be a good boy. He said somehow make up for what he'd done.
No,
it
sir.
always happened.
No, sir, you're wrong, Johnny. 100% wrong.
Am I?
Because in all that time up there, she never saw him once.
Not once?
Not once. And you know why?
Why?
Because he wouldn't let her. Because he wouldn't see her. Wouldn't have anything to do with her. No letters, no nothing. And that's why in all these last couple of years, when I've talked to her, she's been just plain worried sick. And a couple of weeks ago when he got out, well, that's when she called me up and asked me what she ought to do.
You mean that she still hadn't heard anything from him? Even when he got out?
Not a word.
Well, what'd you tell her, Tim?
To notify the police.
Mm-hmm.
And I notified him, too. And then late yesterday, I got this call from Sergeant Piper.
Yeah?
And he tells me that she's suddenly gone, disappeared, to parts unknown.
Has there been any sign of him around?
No, sir. And don't you worry. If he had been around, Sergeant Piper and his boys would have known it.
Are you sure of that?
Oh, they were gunning for Alfred Brannigan like nobody they ever gunned for before.
But she got away without their knowing how or where.
Well, yes. But, Johnny, you got to find that girl and keep her alive.
Well, look, Tim.
Yes? Yes, Johnny?
Well, I'll do the best I can.
Good. And, Johnny.
Yeah.
Now, just you remember one thing.
What's that?
You better look out for yourself, too.
Oh, sure.
Winston Burdett in Rome, Arthur Godfrey in New York, Miami, Las Vegas, or who knows where next. Alexander Kendrick in London, Bing Crosby and Rosemary Clooney in Hollywood, the Philharmonic in New York. These are some of the exclusive sounds of CBS Radio. From all over the country, all over the world, news, music, and entertainment is brought to your homes by experts to create the most unique, interesting, and exciting sound in radio today, the sound of CBS Radio. Heard only at this spot on your radio dial.
walked over to the precinct headquarters where Tim said I could find Sergeant Seymour Jefferson Piper. Unlike any police officer I dealt with in the past there in Knoxville, Piper was a big, lazy, florid man of about 50 and 220 pounds who sat with his feet on the desk chewing a stale, unlighted cigar.
Sure, Miss Dollar. I'm completely in charge of that Brannigan thing.
And, you have found no trace at all of the girl?
Now, I know, Miss Dollar, I know exactly what you're thinking, but just because she got out of town without our knowing it, don't mean that he could have gotten himself in without our knowing it.
And I wondered.
Well, I don't. I don't wonder at all. I'm sure of it.
Mm-hmm. Not a single lead on her, huh?
Well, you see, she had her own car. She was a kind of accountant, you know, for one of the big markets, and doing pretty good for herself. Had her own car.
You know the license number of that car?
Well, sure. It's ULL166.
Did you put out an APB right away all over the state?
Well, no, sir.
Why not?
Well, she ain't guilty of any crime, Miss Dollar. I mean, like he was once.
What's the matter with you, Sergeant? Isn't it just as important to find her and protect her as it is to run her down if she's done something wrong?
Well, yes, sir.
Well, of course it is.
And we did try to protect her as long as she was around here.
Well, Sergeant...
But when he didn't even show up, and after all that time, 2 whole weeks, Miss Dollar...
Well, don't you know why? Because he was probably smart enough to realize that she'd have some kind of protection for a while. He may not be any mental giant, but he isn't any dumbbell either.
Well, I know.
But to have a clear field, he'd wait until people stopped worrying about him. Until they get tired of waiting for him and ease up, and that's exactly what you did, Sergeant. Ease up. Get lackadaisical.
Now, just hold on now a minute.
Well, isn't that why she was able to leave him right under your nose?
Well,
and you know what else I think?
Now, you look here.
One of two things. Either she realized your watching over her was getting more casual, more slipshod, and she'd have to look out for herself.
Oh, now, miss.
Or else, Sergeant, and I'm afraid it's a lot more probable, Alfie Brannigan did get through to her and haul her away.
But if he's got to her, sir, well, don't you remember what he said there in court?
Did you forget it? Up till just now?
Well, of course not.
Well, why haven't you done something about her disappearance?
Well, I told you, sir.
You haven't told me anything that makes any sense. Let me have the telephone.
Now, just a minute. What are you fixing to do?
Well, first I'm going to call the state police, and if they can't find her somewhere in the state, I'll call in the FBI.
You don't think much of this department, do you?
If I have to answer that, let me have the phone.
You sure don't know how to ask for cooperation, do you?
Listen, Sergeant, over the years I've had cooperation from the Knoxville Police Department second to none.
By acting up this way?
By dealing with members of the force who have a little sense of responsibility beyond that involved in chasing crooks. By men who can think beyond what's right under their noses. By men who... I'm just wasting my time here. What's the name of your lieutenant?
Now, just a minute, sir.
Yes, what for?
I guess maybe you're right, sir. I mean about an APB.
It isn't too late.
So well, believe me, Miss Dollar, I'll get one out right away, and I'll include in the state police, like you say, as well as all the other big cities in the state.
You will?
Yes, sir. And I apologize, Miss Dollar, well, I was wrong, and I'm admitting it, so just give me a chance, if you please.
Sergeant?
And where do I get in touch with you when I get some word?
If you do.
Yes, sir. Mr. Dollar?
All right. I'll be staying at the Andrew Johnson.
Thank you, sir. And I'll call you, sir.
You better. I don't know whether to kick myself for letting him go ahead again or for having nearly lost my own temper over his obvious bungling. Instead, I spent item 3, $5.80, smoothing my ruffled feathers with a dinner at the Rathskeller. Then I signed in at the Andrew Johnson. But before I could unpack my bags... Johnny Dollar.
This is Sergeant Piper, sir.
Oh, yes, Sergeant.
You were sure right, sir. Miss Brannigan's license number did it.
You know where she is?
21270 South Peachtree Street.
And where's that?
Over to Jefferson City.
You've told the police over there to keep an eye on her, Sergeant?
Well, no, I guess it didn't.
Oh, brother.
What, sir?
Item 4 is $50 deposit on a drive-your-own car. In almost less time than it takes to tell about it, I covered the 29 miles to Jefferson City, and after inquiries at the gas station, went immediately to the address on South Peachtree. In front of the nondescript little rental cottage was her car, and inside, once I'd got inside, was a very young, very pretty, but badly frightened young woman, Marilyn Brannigan.
I hope you'll forgive me not letting you in right away, Mr. Dollar. But it's so dark and black outside, and I'm so... I don't know what to do. How did you find me?
Well, the point is that if I could find you, so could your husband.
I know.
And you haven't heard anything from him or of him since he got out of the pen?
Don't you see? That's just it. I haven't heard from him since he went into that terrible place. 3 years, Mr. Dollar. 3 years. I've been sitting alone at nights wondering and wondering what he meant by what he said in that courtroom before they took him away.
Well, isn't it pretty obvious what he meant?
If only I knew. If only I really knew. He never says anything without really meaning it, Mr. Dollar, and he never changes his mind once he's made it up. You know what I mean? Once he says he'll do something, he never changes from it. And if he did mean to threaten me...
Well, what else could he have meant?
But it wasn't like him. I loved him, and he loved me, Mr. Dollar. I'm sure of it.
Even though it was your information that helped me find him and turn him in?
I had to do what was right. Even he wouldn't have had it any other way.
Well, I wouldn't be too sure of that.
And that money he took, that wasn't like him either. But he didn't realize what he was doing. He only meant to borrow it for a Christmas present for me, and all of us young folks act so foolish, Mr. Dollar.
Marilyn.
Yes?
In spite of what you've just said, you're still afraid of him, aren't you?
I don't know. We knew so little about each other.
Well, you married him.
We'd only been married a couple of weeks. And we'd only known each other a couple of months before that.
Oh, boy.
But I had so much confidence in him. I was so sure that if he faced up to this wrong thing he did, we could make a new start together. But when he wouldn't see me or answer my letters, and after what he said in that court... Oh, if I only knew, Mr. Dollar. If I only really knew. And if he does come here and find me and...
Now, listen, Marilyn.
Are you staying here in Jefferson City, Mr. Dollar?
No, I'm at the Andrew Johnson over in Knoxville. Why?
Because if he does come and I'm here alone...
Now, you just listen.
Yes?
Until we find him, until we know what his intentions are, you have got to have some protection. Now, if things had been handled properly, one of the local police would be here right now. But since he isn't, where's your phone?
Oh, I haven't any here. The nearest one is at the filling station 2 blocks down.
Oh. All right. I'm going over there and call the police. And meantime, if I were you, I would keep this door closed and locked.
Yes, I will. And, Mr. Dollar?
Yeah.
When you do find him, at least find out before you do anything to him or hurt him.
Oh, sure. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, now, that's the first kiss I've had since,
I'm sorry. I guess I shouldn't have. But you're the first one that...
Sure. That's okay. I'll get everything set up and see you later.
Thank you.
Oh, boy, it is dark out here. Could use a street lamp or two.
Just a minute, Mr. What?
Alfie.
Who are you?
Alfie Brannigan.
Yeah, that's right. It's me.
I like that idea.
Newport filter cigarettes. Newport menthol cigarettes.
I like that idea.
Good, rich tobacco flavor. The right amount of menthol and just a hint of cool, refreshing mint. That's the thing about Newport. That's the combination that makes Newport more refreshing to begin with. More refreshing all the way. Just enough menthol to make Newport so refreshing while you're smoking, without hiding the rich taste of great tobaccos.
George, can I have a Newport, too?
I came to in the front seat of my rental car. The young policeman was gently slapping me with one hand and with the other shoving a bottle of smelling salts, I guess, under my nose.
That's it, Mr. Dollar. You have another sniff of this and you'll be just fine.
No, thanks. That's fine.
Whatever you say. Y'all okay now?
Oh, well, I don't know.
Yes, sir. Somebody must have hit you pretty hard. You just take it easy for a little bit.
No. Listen, officer.
Yes, sir?
Inside there in that house.
Sergeant must have been wrong. Nobody in that house, Mr. Dollar.
What?
Well, you see, Sergeant Piper over to Knoxville, he called me.
Yeah?
He said that Miss Marilyn Brannigan...
And that he got her. He got to her.
You mean Alfie, her husband?
That's right.
He's been here?
Yes.
Well, then I'll shoot myself because the car pulled away when I come down the street. Must have been him.
And he must have had her in it. All right, now look.
Yes, sir?
You have a radio in your car?
Doggone transmitter blew out when I tried to call in about finding you here all beat up.
All right, listen.
Oh, here.
What?
Your wallet with your credentials was lying there beside you.
Oh. Alfie must have taken it out of my pocket when he found out who I was. Thanks anyway. All right, look, get on back to headquarters, will you? And get on the horn and... Oh, do you have a license number and description of that car?
Oh, yes, sir.
Good. And go to it and get the word out. I'll either be with Sergeant Piper at his precinct or at the Andrew Johnson Hotel over in Knoxville.
Yes, sir.
Driving was torture. By the time I got back to Knoxville, I was feeling pretty shaky. I dropped in on Sergeant Piper, thanked him for having finally alerted the Jefferson City Police, told him to get on the ball again, and then, just barely able to navigate, got up to my room at the Andrew Johnson. Oh, guess I left the lights on.
Yes, sir, you did.
What?
And you left the door wide open, too.
Alfie.
And me, Mr. Dollar.
What? All right now, Brannigan.
No, please, sir. Now, let me explain about why we came here.
He came back to me, Mr. Dollar, to the cottage.
Oh, you're telling me.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know who you were when you came out of the cottage. And I'm sorry.
You didn't know him?
No, Mr. Dollar.
But I saw you there in the doorway, and well, I saw her kiss you, and I heard you say you'd get everything all set and be back. And, well, after all I'd done for her, and thinking maybe she'd taken up with somebody else while I was gone.
But I've explained to him now.
After all you've done for her, Alfie?
Oh, he's wonderful, Mr. Dollar. He's so wonderful. I knew he was. I knew it all the time. It just had to be that way.
Don't you see, sir, it was the least I could do after the way I let her down by taking that money 3 years ago.
Look, what do you say we try and make a little sense around here?
Maybe I was wrong not seeing her and not answering her letters, but I had to do it alone. I had to work it out for myself. I had to prove I could be worthy of her all by myself.
And he has, Mr. Dollar.
Alfie.
You see, I meant it, sir, what I said back there in court. That I'd show her and I'd show you, too. That I could make up for that crazy embezzling.
Don't you understand? That's what he meant.
And I did it, sir. I worked. I studied there in prison every day. I worked to improve myself. And when I got out, so I could prove to her I'd done right by her, I went to her brother over in Memphis.
My brother Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
Because he'd always liked me, and I knew he'd help me, and without letting on to her until I was ready. You see, I knew he'd understand, and he did.
And you know what Alfie's done in just these last 2 weeks?
A steady job over there. A decent place for us to live the way we ought to. And away from all these memories. Now we can start out married all over again. The right way. Like I should have made it for us before. It's a whole new start, Mr. Dollar. And a clean start. And it's still only half of what a girl like Marilyn deserves.
Isn't it wonderful, Mr. Dollar?
Well, yes, Alfie?
Sir?
You want to be sure of keeping it that way?
Oh, believe me, sir. I will keep it that way.
All right. Then, one thing. remember to keep that temper of yours in check, huh?
Yes, sir.
Even when you see your wife kissing another man.
I will, sir. I promise.
I hope so.
And I'm sorry. I'm really terribly sorry for what I did.
Well, that's all right. To have a case end like this for a change, maybe it was worth it.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Mr. Dollar. Thank you.
Now, how would you two like to help me over onto that bed? Well, you know something? Sure, those two are even younger than they realize, but I think maybe those kids will do all right. I hope so. Anyway, expense account total, including a doctor who came in to make sure that I was all in one piece. Hotel, mileage on the car, and the trip back to Hartford. $229.57. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, the most clever device for covering up a murder I have ever seen. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Truly, Johnny Dollar is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Jimsy Summers as Marilyn, Lawson Zerby as Sergeant Piper, Richard Holland as Alfie Brannigan, Herb Duncan as Tim Harrington, and Bill Lipton as the policeman. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking. The Peace Corps needs farm skills. Volunteer today. This is the CBS Radio Network.
Johnny Dollar. How are you, Ralph?
Well, at the moment, not too happy. One of our clients, a pretty important one, is a man named Bertram Haskell. He owns a small copper mine up near Houghton, Michigan.
Where's that?
Up in the Keweenaw Peninsula, where it sticks out into the middle of Lake Superior.
So what's happened to Bertram Haskell?
Nothing. It's one of his colleagues, a man by the name of Oliver, Ben Oliver.
Well, what's happened to him?
Ben Oliver's been murdered.
I see.
Haskell demands that you be sent up there to find out who did it.
Why? What's the matter with the police?
I don't know. All I know is that he wants you up there, now, right away.
Well, as long as you're going to pay the freight.
Of course. Because we don't dare take a chance of losing Haskell's considerable insurance business. In other words, Johnny, it's because of Haskell rather than the small policy on Ben Oliver.
Oh, he was insured too?
15,000 straight life.
Who's the beneficiary?
His wife, but that's beside the point.
Is it?
The point is to satisfy Bertram Haskell, and thereby keep his account.
Okay, Ralph, I'll see what I can do for you.
Johnny.
Yeah?
That's pretty rough country up there.
So?
The same thing may apply to some of the people you'll run into.
Especially the killer, huh?
Yeah, so be careful, Johnny.
Sure.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Munch, 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 munch of Fritos, corn chips.
And listen, since Fritos corn chips are fresh as spring itself, well, it seemed appropriate to give you a springtime gift. So Fritos have attached a free package of flower seeds on their large bags as their salute to spring. Now, there's nothing for you to mail in. Just buy a large bag of Fritos. And there, right on the bag, is your free package of flower seeds. They're the finest seeds you could get anywhere. Genuine burpee seeds. And there are 3 varieties. Beautiful zinnias, snapdragons, or petunias. Get yours while they last. Free flower seeds on the large bags of Fritos corn chips.
Munch, 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 munch of Fritos corn chips. It's not
help it with Fritos corn chips. Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos corn chips.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Continental Insurance Company, Chicago office. The following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Deep Down matter. Expense account item 16185 for a plane to Chicago, then a flight to Houghton, Michigan, far up on the Keweenaw Peninsula. It was mid-afternoon when I climbed off the plane and spent item 2, $50 deposit on a rental car. I got a highway map and directions to the Haskell mine, then headed north on Route 41. Along the way, I passed all sorts and sizes of workings, including the famous Quincy mine. It's supposed to have the largest hoist in the world. At the little town of Phoenix, I turned south and east on the side road that obviously was used for a lot of heavy trucking, and I finally arrived at the camp. I guess you'd call it that, surrounding the Haskell mine. There were 7 or 8 weather-beaten frame houses, a large barracks-like building, one fairly nice-looking brick home, a service building, tool shed, and garages. Bang in the middle of everything was a big hole in the ground. Above it, a hoist, looking somewhat like a heavy wooden oil derrick with a big wheel on top of it. A group of men stood around wearing shock helmets. As for finding the office, well, all I really had to do was follow the sound of what happened to be Mr. Haskell's booming voice.
Idiot. Having any respect for the dead? You try moving Mrs. Oliver out of that house of hers, and I'll break your neck.
But don't you understand about
Don't you realize that Ben Oliver had more to do with the success of this mine than anybody else, than even I had?
Well, sure, I know.
Get on over there and apologize to her. You need some new quarters for some of those new men. Get hold of some carpenters and build them. Now go on, get over there and apologize to her. Well, who are you? What do you want?
Mr. Haskell?
That's right. Well?
My name is Dollar.
Dollar? Johnny Dollar?
That's right.
Well, why didn't you say so? I'm glad you got here, Dollar. You've got to clear this thing up. See that justice is done. Now, come in. Come into the office so I can tell you what's happened around here.
Yeah, sure.
Believe me, I won't sleep. I won't rest until whoever... well, sit down.
Thanks.
Dollar, Ben Oliver and I have been working over this country together for years. Ben's brains and my money. Ben picked the spot for this mine.
So I understand.
Dollar, I've made and I'm still making a fortune out of it, in spite of the fact it's a small operation.
And Ben Oliver?
Ben. I tried for years to make him my partner so that he could fully share in this thing. But he wouldn't have it. Pure scientist, Ben was. No real interest in money. So the best I could do was promise him a fat royalty for the rest of his life. But I never dreamed his life would come to an end so soon.
What happened, Mr. Haskell?
He was murdered down on the 3rd sub-level of the mine in a stope we discontinued working for a while because of some exploration he was doing in it.
And you've no idea who or why, Mr. Haskell?
If I or the police could find any possible reason for Ben's being killed, we might be able to pin it on one of them, the man who did it.
You say...
But as it is, we haven't even reason to lock up those men who could have done it.
You say the man.
Well, under the circumstances, it had to be one of the miners. One of the 6 who were on their way down the shaft in one of the ore cars. And yet...
Well?
I said under the circumstances. But under the circumstances, not one of those 6 could have done it without the knowledge of the others.
Well, now, how do you mean that?
A single, carefully aimed shot, Dollar, from some distance away, 15, 20 feet.
Yeah?
Struck him in the back, went directly into his heart. Just one shot, but it must have been carefully aimed. But...
Well, go on.
That shot was made in utter and complete darkness.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
I know. Impossible. Utterly impossible. But that's the way it happened.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Winston gives you real flavor, full, rich tobacco flavor. Winston's easy drawing too. The flavor comes right through to you. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
A modern filter? Sure, Winston has it. But that's only the beginning of a Winston. Up front, up where it really counts, Winston packs exclusive filter blend. Light, flavorful tobaccos, specially selected and specially processed for filter smoking. Filter blend. That's why it's fun to smoke Winston, America's best-selling filter cigarette.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Deep Down Matter.
Look here, Dollar, on the wall, a diagram of the mine.
You, better explain that in one-syllable words, Mr. Haskell. I'm afraid I don't know very much about a copper mine.
Well, here's the main shaft where it goes down into the ground at a slight angle. It goes down along one side for the most part, one side of the main ore body.
That's under that big hoist I saw outside.
That's right, yes. The hoist, by means of a continuously running cable, works the ore cars up and down.
Like buckets on a conveyor belt.
Only they're detachable from the cable in order to fill them at the various levels, then bring them up and dump them at the surface.
Now, just exactly where was Ben Oliver killed?
321 feet below the surface, on the third sub-level, in what you might call a big room or cave down there. And remember, Dollar, Ben was shot in the dark.
No lights down there?
Ordinarily, yes. Plenty of them, all over.
You better tell me exactly what happened, Mr. Haskell.
Oh, better still. I'll take you down there, let you see things for yourself. And you'll see why it was quite impossible.
Yeah, we'll see.
The last shift has just come out of the mine, so we'll have it to ourselves.
Whatever you say.
You'll say you'd better wear one of these shock helmets and these gloves.
Okay.
And keep your top coat on. You'll find it cold down there.
Right. Riding that ore car down into the bowels of the earth was something I won't very soon forget. It jerked and shook and shuddered its way down the narrow tracks. The noise was deafening, and there was something eerie, something frightening about it as we plunged on downward. Picture yourself aboard a slow-moving, noisy roller coaster going almost straight down into utter blackness, and you'll have some idea of what I mean. Blackness, that is, except for the various levels we passed. All of them were strung with glaring electric lights, and I could see great caves, I believe you call them stopes, where the miners had cut away the ore.
Here we are, Dollar, the third sub-level. There it is, Dollar. Stope where Ben was killed.
This big cavern in front of us?
Yeah. He was apparently chipping away some samples of rock there at the side with his back to this shaft.
Well, now, wait. You said it was dark in here when it happened. But there's enough light in here now.
Ben was checking some of this ore for uranium.
Uranium? In this country?
We've kept it a secret. That is the possibility of it.
I see. Well, go on.
Well, he sent a message up to me asking me to get his scintillator, a Geiger counter, and so on. I picked them up at his home and brought them down here with the men, the 6 men I mentioned.
And?
As we reached this level, as I was about to disengage the car from the cable, the lights here suddenly went out. I stopped the car in its noisy fashion, and then, after a minute or so, one of the men struck a match. Dollar, do you see this light switch? We found somebody pulled it.
One of the men aboard the ore car.
It had to be. Anyhow, I turned it on. We got light again. And there at the side, 15 or 20 feet away from us, lay the body of Ben Oliver.
Did you hear the shot?
Above the noise of stopping the car? What's more,
Well, did anyone see the muzzle flash?
No. You see, the weapon was a powerful air gun, a pistol of foreign make. We later found it at the bottom of the shaft.
Fingerprints?
No. The men were all wearing heavy leather gloves.
Well, did any of them actually see Oliver here before the lights were cut off?
I saw him.
And it all happened in the few seconds between the time the lights went out, you stopped the ore car and put them on again.
In total darkness, one of those men was able to fire accurately, the shot that killed him.
No sign of a flashlight, anything like that?
No.
Then I see what you mean about it being impossible.
Nevertheless, it was done. And by one of the men aboard the car. And that's why I sent for you, Dollar, in the hope that you somehow can bring the killer to justice. Well?
Well, from here, Mr. Haskell, it looks like you've handed me a pretty large order.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in just a moment.
Welcome, recording star Mel Torme.
It's terrible trying to sing with a bad cold. So I always take 4-way cold tablets to relieve cold miseries fast.
Good idea. Tests of all the leading cold tablets proved 4-way fastest acting. 4-way starts in minutes to relieve muscular pains, headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, also overcomes irregularity.
When you catch cold, try my way. Take 4-way cold tablets. The fast way to relieve cold distress and feel better quickly.
4-way, only 29 cents.
Now, a word about another fine product of Grove Laboratories. To get rid of embarrassing dandruff in 3 minutes, change to Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo. 3 minutes with Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep unsightly dandruff away forever. Apply Fitch before wetting hair. Rub in 1 minute. Add water, lather 1 minute. Then rinse 1 minute. Every trace of dandruff goes down the drain. 3 minutes with Fitch and embarrassing dandruff's gone. At the same time, Fitch can brighten hair up to 35%. Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo today. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
I told Haskell I'd take on the case only if he'd let no one know why I was there at his copper mine. I parked my bags in the guest room of his house. Apparently lived alone there. During dinner, he told me more about Ben, about their close relationship, about Oliver's hope of finding enough good uranium ore to make the mining of it practical.
However, in spite of his optimism, Dollar, I'm afraid it was all just wishful thinking on Ben's part.
Well, certainly worth some further exploration, though, isn't it, Mr. Haskell?
I doubt it. But we'll see. The important thing now is to find his killer.
Do you feel the police were thorough enough in their investigation, in their questioning of the men aboard that ore car?
Those men all swore they loved Ben. There's nobody can prove otherwise. Even I can't prove otherwise, even to myself.
You say the air gun was a foreign make?
Yes, that any one of them could have got hold of. There's a big foreign population in this area.
So I understand.
But unless the police can find out where it came from, to which of those 6 men it was sold, it's impossible, I'm afraid. And how to explain that shot in the dark that so unerringly found its mark?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of thinking about that. And maybe I've come up with a couple of ideas.
Oh? Well, good. I hope so.
Where are the 6 men?
I told you. Beyond the general suspicion, simply because they were there, the police have had no reason to hold them. You'll find them in the bunkhouse, all of them.
Then maybe I'd better have a talk with them.
Oh, by all means, do. And if you're able to break one of them down...
Let's, wait and see. Yeah, I did have a couple of ideas about that impossible murder. I questioned the men without telling them my real status in the case. But more important, I talked to Ben Oliver's wife. A quiet, gentle little woman. All in all, I felt she was taking the whole thing very well.
Yes. Bertram Haskell was always very good to Ben in his rather domineering way. But why do you ask?
Well, it's good to know what kind of a man I'll be working for, if I take the job.
Just be sure you look out for yourself. That you get full credit for any discoveries you made.
Well, now, that doesn't quite tie in with what you just finished saying about Mr. Haskell, does it?
Ben was so unselfish, self-effacing, so easy to take advantage of. Oh, no, I shouldn't talk that way.
You sound as though you don't quite trust Mr. Haskell.
Please, I didn't mean that at all.
I see. I understand your husband thought there might be uranium in this unlikely spot.
He was sure of it, Mr. Dollar.
He told you so?
I typed out his report to Mr. Haskell.
Oh? Do you remember what he said in it?
Only that he was certain it had great commercial possibilities and that he...
Only that he what, Mrs. Oliver?
No, it isn't nice the way I'm thinking. The way I was thinking then, so let's not talk about it.
Well, look, this job, Mrs. Oliver, do you realize that it might mean a great deal to me? That if there's some reason why I shouldn't take it, well, isn't it only fair that you tell me?
All right. You seem like a nice young man, so I'll tell you this.
Yes?
In the report, I made Ben say that he felt he should share in the uranium profits, the way he was not able to share in the money from the copper he discovered.
I see. Thank you. Your husband had various instruments for detecting uranium, didn't he?
Yes, I'll show them to you.
Oh, good.
They're here in the closet. The things Mr. Haskell was taking down to him the day that he...
Yeah, I see. Geiger counter. And I guess this thing is a scintillator.
Yes.
And this?
Oh, it's some kind of a special light, I think.
Black light?
Yes, that's what he called it.
Sure. And it activates certain...
And here are the shoes he was wearing. A nice warm jacket.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
This black light. This thing is still working. And it is. Look, Mrs. Oliver.
Why, yes. Isn't that strange? The glow it makes on his... What is it?
Oh, Mrs. Oliver, I believe it's the solution to a murder. I borrowed the scintillator, the counter, the lamp, and I put on the jacket he'd worn that day. Put it on underneath my topcoat. I went back to Haskell's home and told him I had a theory about how one of the men aboard that ore car could have aimed so accurately in the darkness of the mine, but that I'd like to check it out down underground. He didn't quite understand what it was all about, but he agreed to go down there with me again. Anything, he said, to help find the killer of his old friend.
Pull the light switch, Dollar?
Yeah, that's right. Put out the lights so everything will be as it was the moment Ben Oliver was shot.
Whatever you say. You set down this detecting equipment for a moment.
Sure. Now, off with the lights, huh?
Very well.
Now, look, I'm going to feel my way to the spot where Oliver was working. And it should be right about here.
Well?
I'm taking off my top coat, Mr. Haskell.
Oh? Why?
Because under it, I put on the jacket that Ben was wearing when he was killed.
I see.
Now, in a second or two, I'll turn around so the back of this jacket will be facing you, so that you can see it.
See it? How?
You'll see the spot in the middle of the back that was dusted with some radioactive material. By you.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, so that you can see it with the help of that black light. And I'm sure you have it in your hand by now. Have you turned it on, Haskell?
Yes, it's on.
And I'm sure you can see the target on the back of this coat. The same as you could see it in the dark the day Ben Oliver was killed. Can't you? Can't you, Haskell?
Yes.
A perfect target for you.
That's right. Dollar.
All through.
What? No.
Surely you don't think I stayed in that coat over there?
Dollar, listen.
Maybe there was uranium down here, huh? You knew there was. And you knew the only way you could keep all of the profits from it was by getting rid of Ben Oliver.
All right, but listen, Dollar.
Oh, drop dead. And maybe you will, Haskell, if you try anything funny on the way back up to the surface.
No.
You see, this gun of mine is still loaded. An almost perfect crime. And he was so sure of it, he'd called me in to back up his story of loyalty to Ben Oliver, so that no one would ever question his taking over the uranium Ben had found. Expense account total, including transportation back home, $131.50. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment. Constipation can be a problem for anyone, even doctors. And when constipation occurs, it's interesting to see just what doctors consider important about a laxative they might use or recommend. Well, a majority of the doctors we heard from had this to say.
A laxative should be effective, gentle, close to natural acting. A medicine that can be used with complete confidence.
Now, X-Lax has been popular with many doctors and millions of people over the years because chocolated X-Lax is effective. Overnight, it helps you toward your normal regularity. X-Lax is so gentle, so close to natural acting, there's no upset, That's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity, gently, overnight. Now here is our star to tell you about next week's program.
Next week, Denver, Colorado, and a string of supermarket robberies. And what a racket. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, John Stevenson, and Will Wright. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wall speaking.
Coming next, another tale calculated to keep you in suspense on the CBS Radio Network.
Let's take a walk around the block.
A wonderful idea. An old-fashioned walk, arm in arm with your sweetie. But first, you buy the right car to pick up your best gal. You drive her in style to the right spot for your stroll. Art Neat of Armory Garage says,
drive right to Armory Garage. Armory, the home of tested used cars and 101-time payment plans, has the lowest prices ever right now.
They're Armory's special low winter prices, and Art Neat tells you why.
Frankly, we'd like to sell you a tested used car right now, before the big spring rush. Pick from the largest stock in Armory's history. Drive it now. Enjoy it now, with no down payment to pay.
You don't start paying till May and take up to 36 months. Well, no wonder everybody says if you can't deal with Armory, you just can't deal. Don't make a date for your old-fashioned walk till you make a date with Armory Garage for a tested used car. Central and Colvin Avenue, Albany.
WROW, Albany, New York.
Johnny Dollar.
Jack Price.
Well, how come, Jackson?
What do you mean?
Things getting slow down there in Corpus Christi? I haven't heard from you in nearly a month.
Well, that makes you mad?
Sure it does, because you're one of the few insurance agents in this country who's sucker enough to pile a nice extra fee on top of my expense account whenever I handle a case for you.
Oh, I am, huh?
Sure, and I love you dearly for it.
Not this time, Johnny.
Oh? Why not?
Well, brother, you don't need any extra fees. And speaking of
Oh,
brother...
now, Jackson, you touched me to the quick.
Speaking of brother, Johnny...
Yes?
Doug Johnstone.
Doug Johnstone?
Kid brother of the man who writes up those cases you handle for CBS Radio.
Oh, sure. What about him?
Well, it seems he has a little problem. Of course, if you won't come down here unless you can pick up some ridiculous extra fee, even though Doug has suffered considerable loss already.
Jackson, what's it all about?
Just don't worry about it, Johnny. We'll somehow...
Jackson?
Somehow... I'll get hold of somebody who really cares about the misfortunes of his old friends. I'll find somebody.
You do, and I'll break your neck.
Then my faith in human nature is restored.
What's the problem?
I'll be waiting for you at the airport.
Jackson!
Now, according to this timetable on my desk, you can pull in here about noon.
Hey, I asked a question.
See you later, Johnny.
Look, I said what's... Hello. Hello. Oh, okay, Stinky. I'll be there.
CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator, yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-Western Life Insurance Company Corpus Christi office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Skidmore matter.
Best count item 1, $10.12, plane fare to New York. Item 2, $114.02 for the rest of the trip. As promised, Jack Price was waiting at the Corpus Christi Municipal Airport. He picked up my luggage, led the way out to a car at the curb, threw the stuff into the back, and...
That's one of those rental jobs, Johnny.
Oh? How come?
Because you're going over to the little town of Skidmore. Hop in.
That's where Doug Johnstone is? What's happened to him?
To Doug? Nothing.
Well, you told me over the phone.
Well, he's happily running that home for old folks, the Hearth, doing a bang-up job of it. He said to give you his regards. He'll see you later. But as long as this problem's really ours, the insurance company...
Now, wait 1 minute. You said over the phone...
I said as little as possible to be sure you'd hike on down here.
Jackson, you're a dog.
Sure I am. Well, anyhow, here's what goes.
Yeah.
Doug has been pretty well in the stock market since he came here to Corpus. And some other investments.
Didn't he go for some oil properties, too, somewhere in these parts?
Yeah, and a lot of other things, including a smart buy of heavy machinery and parts for it, mostly tractors, bulldozers, graders, that kind of equipment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, stuff that's used around the oil fields and for road building.
No, good for him.
It was.
What?
Until he began losing some of it.
Losing it?
Well, that is...
I heard of a man losing a bass drum once, but isn't losing a bulldozer a little ridiculous?
Oh, you know what I mean. Somebody's been stealing a lot of those big parts from out of the big, warehouse, I guess you'd call it, that he rents over by the little town of Skidmore. And because of the insurance, every piece of equipment gets taken, we have to pay for it.
Where is Skidmore?
North and west of here, about 60 miles. There's a map with the route marked out for you there on the seat. So if you want to hire yourself over to Skidmore...
Jackson?
Yeah?
Well, tell me, hasn't Doug some kind of a guard or a watchman, looking over the stuff?
He has now.
What about the police?
Have you any idea how big a place Skidmore is? Or I should say, isn't?
No.
Just follow the route on this map, and you can't miss it.
Okay.
And the old watchman will be glad to help, I'm sure.
What's his name, by the way?
Joe Hernandez.
All right, Jackson. I'll be in touch. I drove the freeway to Gregory, then west on 181. Jack was right. The actual town of Skidmore wasn't much more than a crossroads. South of it, on the road to Tynan, I found the sprawling warehouse that he mentioned. As I pulled up in front of it, the door of a nearby tool shed opened quickly, and out came a man about... maybe 4 feet 10, I'd say, and perhaps 100 pounds, wringing wet. His deeply wrinkled face as brown as a proverbial berry. Atop it was an oversized, beat-up old sombrero. Then as I started toward him, from somewhere under his ragged shirt, he pulled out the biggest old-fashioned six-gun that I had seen in years.
You do not come any closer, senor.
I guess not, if you're going to wave that thing in my face.
Who are you? What do you want?
I'm looking for a man by the name of Joe Hernandez.
Huh?
My name is Dollar.
Juanito Dollar? The famous, what you call the investigate? You are Senor Dollar?
That's right, Johnny Dollar. Now, would you mind putting down that...
Juanito. Senor Price from the insurance, he say you would come. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Jose Elguera de Santiago, McPherson, Julio Hernandez. At the service, senor.
Would you like to start that over again?
Jose Elguera de Santiago, McPherson, Julio Hernandez.
Oh, did I hear a McPherson thrown in there somewhere along the line?
See? He's the most very honorable name of my most very honorable what you call ancestor.
Oh, I'm sure he was.
Oh, see, but there was no need for you to come here, senor.
No?
With me, Jose Elguera de Santiago, McPherson, Julio Hernandez on the job. Senor Johnson will lose no more of his fine equipment. This I personally, I guarantee.
Oh, you do?
24 hours a day. I am here now, and with this, my 45 pistola, nobody would dare to challenge me, not me, Jose Elguera.
Yes, Julio Hernandez, yes. Well,
So you may leave now, senor, with the most very peace of mind. I bid you adios.
Now, just wait a minute, Jose.
See?
Do you mean to say that since you've come on the job, there has been no more stuff taken out of this place?
Only the one, what you call skip loaded.
A skip loader?
That is all.
Oh, that's all. Huh? Maybe $10,000 or $15,000 worth.
Huh?
No wonder Jack Price seems to think you need some help.
Pues, senor, I have it now.
What kind of help?
Oh, you see? The pistola. Look.
Holy... What's the matter with you? Did you see what you've done with that cannon? You knocked the side window out of my car.
I am sorry, senor, but you see what I mean. Now I have this.
Look, just, tuck that back into your shirt, huh?
I see, of course. But everything is safe now. You may go now. There is nothing to worry about. Nothing.
You know something, Jose? I think that's a matter of opinion.
Can you provide skilled assistance on a farm cooperative? Teach reading and writing to people who want to learn? Assist in industry management or nurse the sick? These are a few of the many jobs open to members of the Peace Corps. Dozens more countries in Asia, Africa, and Latin America are asking for help from the Peace Corps. To find out if you can qualify for this exciting work, write to Peace Corps, Washington 25, D.C.
Before showing me through the huge windowless warehouse, Jose introduced me to his wife, Carmela, who was living there with him in this kind of tool shed. It was she who'd insisted that he buy the gun after the last robbery. Then he took me in for a look at the heavy equipment parts Doug Johnstone was storing there until it could be sold.
Can't you wait, senor, while I turn on the light? Buena. You see?
Wow. I don't blame Doug for wanting this stuff protected.
See? And that is why he select me, Jose Alguero de Santiago.
I'm sure. Not only tractors, graders, bulldozers, power shovels, skip loaders. Enough spare parts here to sink a ship.
See, and I, Jose Alguero
Must
de
be
Santiago.
a couple of $100,000 worth.
And like I say, that is the reason Senor Johnson has select me, Jose Alguero de Santiago.
Yes, okay. All right, Jose. Now, tell me, when did you say the last robbery was?
The night before last, right after the day of the wedding, senor.
What wedding?
Fernando Ignacio Porfirio Ortiz. My 32nd, what do you call it, cousin.
Cousin?
And the party I make here in the Vina. Oh, the Vina. Ah, Senor Dollar, Juanita, you should have been here.
Ah, so that's it.
Huh?
By the time you and your wife got to bed that night, Jose, you were boiled to the ears.
Senor?
How else could you have slept through somebody moving this kind of stuff out here? Look, Jose, I don't know who picked you for this job or why.
This cousin I tell you about, Fernando Ortiz, he gave me what you call the recommend to the Senor Johnson.
No, he didn't.
Because he know all about these things, his equipment.
This 32nd cousin of yours?
See?
What's he do for a living?
He's operate this kind of machine.
What?
And sometimes he's fix it up in his shop in the town of Tres Rios. What you call Three Rivers.
You mean that he operates and repairs this kind of stuff? In his own shop?
He's a very smart hombre. My 32nd cousin.
I'll bet he is. No wonder he recommended you for the job.
Senor?
So why Doug Johnstone would fall for anything so obvious. Okay, Jose.
See?
I'm going back to Corpus Christi to see Mr. Johnstone at the hearth.
Bueno. And you said to him that I,
Jose.
Huh?
You and your wife had better pack up to leave.
To leave? Senor?
Because after I talk with him, I suspect there'll be some changes made around here.
Juanito, you mean...
I'm sorry, Jose. I'll see you later.
Sorry that I couldn't meet you at the airport, Johnny, but this really has me tied down here.
I know, Doug. It's perfectly all right. What isn't all right, though, is the guard you have at that building over at Skidmore.
I know.
Tell me, didn't you smell a rat when this 32nd cousin recommended him, if there is such a thing?
Cousin?
Yes, this Ortiz.
Well, I didn't know they were related, even that distantly. Point is, Johnny, that I just found out that Ortiz owns a piece of a repair business for road building machines and the like.
Well, sure he does.
All I'd known about him before was, well, he did some odd jobs around here, mostly earth moving. Now, of course.
Well, of course. All he has to do is get old Jose and his wife drunk, then help himself to your warehouse full of parts.
It certainly looks that way. And this Ortiz is a sort of sharp sort of character.
Have you called in the police?
No, because meantime Jack Price promised to get you down here, and, well, I figured you'd handle it.
Yeah, well, I'll try. The first thing, of course, will be to replace old Jose.
Do you think he's wise to this caper?
No.
He's such a sweet old man.
No, I don't think he's wise, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, I know.
The main thing now is to get somebody smart out there before this Ortiz can hit you again.
Well, I'm sure he won't tonight.
Why?
Because he's coming in here to see me.
Oh, what about?
I don't know. Probably looking for some more odd jobs. I told him I don't need him again, but he's coming anyway.
Do you mind if I'm among those present?
Oh, might be a good idea. You can look him over. He's due at 8:30.
Good. I'll be here. Purely on a hunch, I drove on over to Skidmore again just to make sure that old Jose was on his toes and would stay that way.
Have no fear, senor. As long as Jose Elguera de Santiago McPherson.
Then I drove on back to town, checked in at the Robert Driscoll, unpacked my bags, changed, and ran up item 3, $5.80, for one big, delicious dinner. By then it was time to meet Doug, and more important, Fernando Ortiz. Sharp character is right. In spite of his working clothes, and regardless of how good a job he might have done for Doug and the rest home, I just didn't like him.
No, I'm sorry, Ortiz. There just isn't a thing we need you for at the moment.
But, Mr. Johnstone...
Not a single thing. Now, if you don't mind...
But if something does come up that I can do for you, will you call me?
Sure. As I told you nearly an hour ago when you first got here. But now my wife is waiting for Mr. Dollar and...
Oh, of course. I am sorry to hold you up this way. But just one more thing.
Ortiz.
If you decide to level off the recreation area...
Some other time, Ortiz.
Very well, whatever you say. Mr. Dollar, it has been nice to meet you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Well, Johnny, what do you think?
I don't know, this visit tonight. The way he kept thinking of just one more thing to discuss. Almost as though he was stalling.
I got that feeling, too.
Yeah, but why? In the first place, Doug, he didn't seem a bit surprised to see me here.
I know.
He arrived at 8:30 on the nose. It is now 9:02.
What are you thinking of?
His real reason for coming here, for the stalling around.
Oh, excuse me. Hello? Oh, yes, Jackson. Sure he is. For you.
Oh, thanks. Johnny Dollar.
Well, Johnny, Jack Price. Thank goodness I finally ran you down.
Oh, yes, Jack.
I'll meet you there right away. We're going over to Skidmore at the warehouse.
Why? What's happened?
That poor old man, Jose.
Yes?
Somebody just murdered him.
Ortiz.
I'll be right over, Johnny. Bye.
Wait a minute, Jackson.
Yeah?
Just murdered, did you say? When? What time?
Well, according to his wife, it was 8:25, 8:30.
That's too late.
Well, what?
That's when he was here with us.
Well, Jose?
No, Ortiz.
Ortiz? What do you mean?
I mean that he couldn't have.
Johnny...
Doggone it, I think he did.
Will you make some sense?
Come on over, Jackson. We'll be waiting for you.
Newport filtered cigarettes, Newport menthol cigarettes, a hint of mint makes the difference. So fresh that you know the difference.
Funny thing how you can hear a tune 100 times and never hear the words, and then boom, you know what the tune's saying. It's like that with Newport filter cigarettes. That special combination of good, rich tobacco flavor, the right amount of menthol, and just a hint of mint makes a difference a man can notice because it freshens up his taste. No wonder Newport's more refreshing to begin with, more refreshing all the way.
It's so refreshing while you're smoking Newport filtered cigarettes, Newport filtered cigarettes, Newport.
over near Skidmore was crawling with state police. Fortunately, Sergeant Billy Roscoe, an old friend of mine, was in charge.
Now, Johnny, Mr. Johnstone, Mr. Price, see here? Whoever plugged him with that old gun of his got him real close up. Because he used Jose's clothing to muffle the sound.
Yeah, I see.
Right, sure.
Tell me, are there any prints on the gun?
All wiped off.
Jose's wife, Carmela, she see anybody around?
Only you, and then later some cousin Fernando.
Ortiz.
Yeah, that was it.
Where is she, Roscoe?
Asleep?
Asleep?
Sure, she was in bad shape. The doc gave her a sedative.
Oh.
One of my boys who understands Mexican got the whole story from her.
Oh?
Yeah, this Ortiz talked with the old man a while and tried to give him a couple of jugs of wine. But Jose wouldn't have it, chased him away.
What time was that, do you know?
Around 5 o'clock, she said, just before supper. But now about this Ortiz.
But tell me just what happened, Roscoe.
Well, when they had supper, then the old man said he was in the house. He was a watchman.
Yes, I know.
And after a while, she got a phone call from Ortiz.
What time was that?
Exactly 8:25.
You're sure of that time?
Oh, only because he asked her the time. And that clock of hers in the shack is right.
You happen to know what he said to her?
Said to get Jose to the phone. She told him Jose was out around the warehouse, but she'd come out and get him.
8:25.
Yeah, so she came on over here to the big sliding door, the one Mr. Price is looking at. Jose always came in by it.
Yeah.
And she started pushing it open. Bang, she heard the shot.
Well, then, Johnny.
Yes, Doug?
It couldn't have been Ortiz.
Well, why, Mr. Johnstone?
Well, because he met us at my office in Corpus at exactly 8:30. He couldn't possibly have been over here only 5 minutes before.
Yeah. Looks as though we were wrong about him.
Well, you suspected Ortiz of this, Johnny?
Or else he's a lot smarter than we think. Anyway, what happened then, Roscoe?
She came in and found the body, and put in the call to us.
No sign of anyone else in here?
Well, of course, the man could have hidden away in all his junk.
Yeah. Listen, if he was heisting these machine parts, if he knew that Jose had been talking to me, that I might get on his trail...
Well, sure, he'd have reason to kill off Jose.
Yeah, but he couldn't, Sergeant, because he was in Corpus at 8:30 with us.
Now, where was he when Jose was killed?
Well, like I said, on the telephone. He must have been in Corpus waiting for Jose to get on this end.
Was he still on the phone when she got back to call you fellows?
Well, now, I don't know.
No, I'm betting he wasn't. If he talked to Jose after I was here, he knew I told Jose to keep an eye on this place tonight, to be here inside this warehouse. Okay. Then why did he make that call?
Well, I'm sure that I don't know.
So that she would come out here and find the body? At about the time he'd be walking into Doug's office?
No, wait, Johnny. You sound as though he's the only possible killer.
I think he is. Suppose he'd killed him earlier.
Oh, Carmela heard the shot, a great big bang as she touched the sliding door.
Even so, Wait a minute.
You can't lick it, Johnny.
Did you say a great big bang?
Yeah, like it was just inside of the door.
But look, his body's over here. And the way that gun was shoved into his clothing, it should have been it should only have been kind of a muffled sort of a thug.
Well, now, say, you're right.
That shot must have been here at the door, Johnny.
What's that, Jackson?
Look, this funny mark on the door, kind of burned.
Yes.
And the smell, you smell it? Like iodine.
Yes. Yes, you're right.
What is it, Johnny?
The answer, Doug. I'm sure of it.
The answer to what?
How Ortiz killed him. Sometime after I left, as soon as Jose came out here to this warehouse, Ortiz killed him and then went to keep the date with you, Doug.
Yeah, with the shot at 8:30.
Sounded like a shot. It would to an untrained ear. And she set it off when she pushed against this door about the same time that he walked into your office, Doug, for an alibi.
I don't get it, Johnny.
A crazy kid caper. High school chemistry class.
What?
Do you remember, Doug? Like making stink bombs, carbon disulfide, but this one was the best one of all.
Wait now.
Nitrogen iodide. You remember you made a kind of a soup real carefully out of iodine crystals and ammonium something?
Of course I remember.
Sure, then we'd filter it then, get a sort of a paste out of it and spread it around.
Sure, on the door hinges, on the seat hinges in the assembly hall, under a book on somebody's desk, and we'd let it dry.
And when it was disturbed, even the least little bit, the stuff went off with a bang.
Yeah, and the girls all squealed, and we boys had a ball.
But in this case, Ortiz's alibi. If, that is. Roscoe, you want to scrape off some of that and have a lab man see if it's the residue of nitrogen iodide?
Well, I sure do.
That's really all there is to the case. It was nitrogen iodide, all right. And a rundown on Fernando Ortiz brought out the fact that he'd been quite a prankster in his high school days. But you know what gave me a big surprise? The way that he made a full confession after I told him exactly how he'd set up his alibi. Expense account total? $276.28. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, one of the most beautiful spots on Earth that really shouldn't be the site for a murder. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber, sound patterns by Joseph Cabibbo. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Featured in our cast were Santos Ortega as Jose Hernandez, Maurice Tarplin as Jack Price, Richard Keith as Doug Johnstone, Ralph Camargo as Ortiz, and also heard were Bill Lipton and Sam Raskin. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Gaylord Avery.